What we tend to look at when we look at posture is head position, shoulder position, spine position, pelvic position, which we're going to look at more in detail as we go through these videos. But what we don't tend to think about is what's going on the inside, how our posture is actually affecting our organs. So what we can see if we have t-shirts on that show the internal organs, what we can see is that how our posture actually affects those organs. So what we can see is on James's t-shirt we've got the rib cage, we've got the lungs, we've got the heart, all behind the rib cage. And what we tend to think is the rib cage, if it's crowded, affects the shoulder position, which it does, but also what happens on the inside. So if James just hunches forward slightly, hunches the shoulders, hunches the rib cage, what we can see is that that not only affects the rib cage, but what's actually the organs that are actually inside there, which are the lungs, the heart, the diaphragm, and to some degree the stomach. So when James crowds this area, we can crowd the organs. So if he's on a computer desk or driving a car, this can crowd these areas as well as the nerves, and also affect the lungs, how much air we can get in, how well the heart can function, the stomach can function, in amongst all this crowding of poor posture.
And also, as you can see in Chris's shirt, what we've got here, we've got the digestive system. Now and again, not only will this impact our breathing, our heart rate, as Chris just mentioned, in this area, in today's society, digestive disorders on the rise, and again, that's down to a number of things. Whether it's your eating habits, whether it's what's happening to the food, that's a different conversation. What's important, what we can change is the shapes that we're in. Let's call it the shape for the time being, make it easy. If Chris takes a crowded position, when he's in this crowded shape, the crowded shape's actually crowding his digestive system the same way as it's crowding his bigger frame on the outside. So earlier on we said take a snapshot of how you look. If you're in one of these compositions, again, just think if that's on the outside, what we're doing to the inside. So again, pelvic floor disorders, gynecological issues, whether it's digestive disorders, whether it's breathing disorders, or whether it's chronic dis-ease. Now, chronic dis-ease on a certain area for long term has a chance of turning into disease. So what's important is we improve these areas, whether it's structural, physiological, or whether it's visceral in our organs. So it's going to improve both movement, but also health and well-being for longevity.
And our organs all need room to move to be able to perform their full functions. So if we crowd them with poor posture, that means that the organ can't work as well as it should. So we can start getting breathing difficulties, digestive issues, urinary conditions. All of these things can come simply from not having correct or good posture.